I'm just doing a quick video. I came back to my old place this weekend just to visit, and that's where I keep most of my painted figures in storage right now. So I figured while I have a spare minute or two, I'd dig them all out and kind of display them, actually kind of give you an idea of like what I have so far painted for figures. So this right here, these are my 1/72 scale figures, French and then the British and Allied forces for the Battle of Waterloo. There's been some inquiries. My hope is that, similar to Blue Grade to 50 Red, my hope is that one day, if I paint up enough figures, to eventually make a diorama of the Battle of Waterloo. The exact size of it is still to be determined based on basically where I end up, when and where I eventually have enough space to build this thing. So it's still up in the air in terms of how big I'm actually talking about, and also kind of determined by how many figures I've painted. But this is how many figures I've painted so far. This isn't all of them. There's just some back in my other place that I'm kind of currently working on, but I mean, this is by far the vast majority of them. So that there in front of you, that's both the British forces, British and Allied forces, and the French forces. So I'm just going to go and zoom in here and kind of give you an idea of what I have. So these two larger boxes here, these are basically my French forces. I'm looking at this first box here. This is basically all of my French infantry. So at the top right-hand corner, we have the hat guard chasseurs and some more hat 1808 to 1812 line infantry, some hat light infantry, some more hat infantry, the Zvezda Imperial Guard, some of the hat young guard in the great coats, some of the not so nice artillery, early set French infantry, which aren't as nice. Some of the middle guard. These here are the newer set of the artillery French infantry, which are much nicer. More just hat mixtures. Those are painted conversions of actually the hat Nassau infantry that I've actually, or Nassau infantry that I've actually painted up to be French, which look fine. So that's most of my French infantry in that box as it stands right now. I do have some more back in my other place that I'm currently working on, but that's most of them. And then the next box here, this is most of my French cavalry so far, and some of my French artillery. So I have French Imperial Guard dragoons, Empress dragoons, and the French, Polish, Dutch lancers. This is the artillery pack. I'm working on some of this Zvezda, but they're back at my other place. The back here we have just some regular dragoons, some of the artillery / Esquisse reissue of the French cuirassiers, the artillery French light cavalry, paint up with some chasseurs, more chasseurs, hat, and then hat French line lancers. These are some of the Revel mounted guard chasseurs. This company here is actually painted up to be a Napoleon's escort, which will be about 24 mounted troops plus an officer and a trumpeter. We've got some more hat dragoons, and then just the front there's some more of the Revel mounted guard chasseurs. Then in front here I have some artillery. So we have the I fell over. The Zvezda French artillery pack. It's a very nice pack. That guy won't seem to stand up. In front there we have the line horse artillery. We have some of the artillery French Guard horse artillery. I would pull these out, guys, but they're kind of packed in, and I don't want to risk damaging them, so I figured I'll just give you guys a view from the top rather than actually pulling out every little tray of figures. The way I have these sort of mounts up right now is I've just sort of put a little bit of glue on some cardboard to kind of basically base them all up so that they stay protected. Them not lying down. They kind of stay propped up the way they should. But I have them pretty much condensed down so they take up the minimal amount of space as possible. Anyway, so that's my French artillery. Over in this tray, this is sort of a little bit of a mishmash of stuff. There's randomly some British heavy cavalry over here, but this is mostly my French mounted officers. So like down there is Napoleon and his various staff surrounding him. Some more of the French Imperial Guard foot artillery, and these are just various mounted officers. A lot of these are conversions from various packs. I've made conversions from either the artillery Imperial Guard staff pack or converting a lot of the artillery Prussian, early war cuirassiers with the bicorns. Converted those into a lot of officers too. Like there's my Ney figure down there, and his two aids right here. And there's also a few of the officers from the Waterloo 1815 mounted line officers pack and whatnot, and some British heavy cavalry, some hat dragoons, and Rifle lifeguards. So that's just kind of a mishmash box of various guys, mostly French officers. Then down here, these two boxes here are my British infantry. So if you look at this one here, we got some, these are, Blucher had mentioned to me in one of his comments about using the hat Dutch militia, Belgian infantry to be used as British infantry. Well, that's what I have done. I've used them before. Like these guys here are painted up as the 32nd. You have them written on the bottom there. 32nd Regiment, just a few guys. And these guys here are the Hat Peninsula War infantry, but I've converted them with the Belgique Shako options they give you in the pack to make them light infantry. We have some of the artillery 95th rifles, which are nowhere near as nice as the Revel 95th rifles pack, but I do have some, so I'd use them up. These guys here are the early artillery esky reissue of the British and Scots infantry, as they call them. Again, not a very good pack, some really useless poses, like these guys with the random muskets angled down with 1 foot in the air. I don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Some sort of charging pose, I guess, but they look weird. But anyway, those guys are painted up as the 33rd. These guys here, this is again half that the Hat's Dutch militia, but these guys are actually paint up as a Hanoverian landwehr. So that's those guys there. Some of the crummy old Airfix in front there, that they're painted up as the 68th to be paired with the 33rd in square. And then those guys down at the front here are the Hat British Line Infantry, the artillery British Line Infantry, the later war pack, which are painted up as a British Guardsmen. And this other box here, we got some KGL and Hanoverian light troops in the back corner here. There's those some more of those conversions that I had shown you guys. Let's see, those guys there, which I had shown you with the conversions to the. Let's try and get these in focus a little bit. The conversion, no, I'm not going to focus. The conversion to the KGL light troops. So that's how those turned out. Some Brunswickers down here. We have some of the artillery Highlanders. There's more of those conversions from Dutch infantry to be a guardsman. Down at the front here, these are all the Hat, either Peninsula War British infantry or the light infantry, painted up as 52nd Line Infantry, which had a lot of these guys here, are more of those Belgian infantry been painted up as the Light Company of the Royal Scots. In the back here we have some of the Highlanders of the artillery not early war, but the British Scots combo pack, which have been painted up as 92nd. And there's the later artillery pack, which has been painted up as the 28th Regiment of Foot, and some more guardsmen from the occult arms pack. So that's my British infantry, those two boxes there. Yeah, all these figures seem like a lot more than what they really seem like. I had a lot more when I have them all laid out. It doesn't seem like that much, but anyway. These figures here, this is some mishmash. These are some. This is painted up as one British foot artillery battery. This is Major Rogers foot artillery battery or company. With 6 guns made up of 5 6-pounders and 1 5.5-inch howitzer, which is right there. And Major Rogers is painted up just the back here. Conversion, but that's him with his company sergeant major, color sergeant, I don't know what to call him, and some various other horse artillery and some limbers and stuff. There's some of the makings of some of the artillery Scots Greys. I have many more of those to paint. I have several more boxes of those, but that's them so far. And the makings of some of the Revel 95th rifles. Again, I have more of those to paint up. I have almost more figures of all these to add. And in the back box here, I have some of the Hussars, or light dragoons they call them, but they're Hussars. And then this is the later issue, the artillery British light cavalry, which you can paint up as the 13th Light Dragoons, which I actually think paint up relatively nicely. Back here, you guys have already seen these in a previous video. There's some hat horse guards and my British command staff down there with Wellington and his various officers on his staff. And some more Revel foot artillery and some artillery, horse artillery, which, as Blucher pointed out, are not very good figures, but they were actually one of the first packs I've ever bought, and I've never since bought another pack of them, but I did buy one pack, so I got 4 guns of those figures, and I'm not going to let go to waste. And then just over here is a couple of the hat French artillery limbers, which I've painted up and aren't really in a box. So anyway, that's my collection of 1/72 figures right now, guys. It's constantly being added to. It looks a little bit more impressive, like there's more than when they're actually all spread out, but when they're all condensed down into boxes like this, that's basically what I got so far. Anyway, so let me know what you think, guys. Several years worth of work, but I kind of been off and on again painting, and you know, life catches up when you can't always paint as much or as frequently as you'd like to. But that's what I've been working on so far, guys. I'm still adding to it, but that's my collection anyway. Let me know what you think, guys, and I'll post more updates as they come through. Cheers.